finals of the Quiksilver Pro Japan 2005. Myself, John Shimoka, and 1989 world champion and co-commentator Martin Potter. Potts, let's set the stage here for the ladies and gentlemen out there on our website, Quiksilver.com, and all over the world watching. A lot of people tuning in. A rematch has been set for Kelly Slater taking on Andy Irons. Your take on it?
Well, Shmoo, to be honest with you, two of the better surfers of the event so far. Quite a fitting final. These two guys basically dominating their semi-final heats. And, you know, when you're dominating your semi-final heat, you've just got to say to yourself, well, these two guys deserve to be in the final. It is going to be an absolutely awesome match. An awesome matchup here between Kelly Slater and Andy Irons. Kelly just making his way out the back. Andy already out the back, raring to go, chomping at the bit. And if they start the heat now, Andy Irons will be in prime position. So Kelly making his way into the lineup. Andy sitting out there very patiently waiting for Kelly to join him. Shmoo, it is going to be the clash of the titans, the biggest, I think one of the biggest finals the Japanese public have ever seen.
Yeah, creating history once again. Good on Quiksilver, and good on everyone who's put a huge effort into making this event possible, especially our technical team, Joe Medeiros, Scotty McClement, Mark Warren, Todd Klein, yourself, JD, all the cameras.
Mate, you've done a fine job today, I must say.
It's been a huge week for all of us, and it's all come down to this, the final between two of the greatest champions the sport has ever seen. Andy Irons, your current world champion, 3 times consecutively, and 6-time world champion and current points leader, Kelly Slater. I just want to say a quick hello to Jason Muir, who is in Australia trying to edit the new Dane Reynolds DVD.
Get back to work, Jason.
Yeah, coming up in 2006, so make sure you check that out. It'll be in the magazines and in the surf shop soon in 2006. We'll keep you updated on that, and I will stop humping the laser mini-me. So,
and we've got Peter online. Aloha, Potts and Shmoo from Kauai. Love the coverage. Go, Andy. And Potts, here, great to hear you still out there. Well, still out here, mate. Still pulling it off. Still hanging in there. But it has been an absolute fantastic day of surfing. We came down this morning. Everyone was a little bit worried about the conditions, but Malibu has turned it on. From the quarterfinals onwards, we've seen the waves improve, and the standard of surfing, Shmoo, go through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, get set. We're under 1 minute before we start this final. Grab a seat. Stay close to the computer. We're going to have a 35-minute final. I do believe it's 35 minutes. And these guys are going to go at it. There is a great rivalry between Kelly and Andy, and they are not going to give each other an inch at all. And I also want to say hello to the Quick Stop Collingwood crew over there. I think it's it's in WA.
Okay, here we go. It sounds like we are just ready for the countdown. Both surfers in the lineup. Here we go. Two of the most incredible surfers on the face of the planet. 9 world titles out here in the finals. 9 world titles, Shmoo. And
unbelievable,
yeah,
Potts.
Two surfers that are going to go down as all-time greats. Kelly Slater already is one of the all-time greats. Andy Irons well and truly stamping his mark on the sport of professional surfing. 3 world titles in a row. Can he make it number 4? Or can Kelly Slater pip him at the post and pick up number 7? As we see Kelly looking for a little inside wave there.
Just trying to start things off. He wants to set the pace.
How much do these guys respect each other, Shmoo?
Oh, immensely, Martin Potter.
How much do they like each other, Shmoo?
They love each other, but
How much do they hate each other, Shmoo?
Very much.
All right, now that we got that clear, it's going to be a great heat. And if we had a set of boxing gloves on the beach, they'd probably go head-to-head. Kelly Slater, Andy Irons out there at the moment.
Yeah, these guys, well, they're going to give you a show you will not want to miss. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us live on Quiksilver.com.
35-minute final, Shmoo. Best 2 rides count. So these guys got plenty of time to catch 2 good scoring rides. And, well, a little bit of a lull in the action at the beginning of the finals. Yep. Letting these 2 guys just sort each other out. And Andy Irons sitting out the back there in pole position. Kelly Slater just lurking on the inside. Yep. Waiting to snap up anything that Andy decides to leave behind.
Yep, 35 minutes, as Martin Potter has said. And Ka'eo Chara has it, giving all the mana, which means power in Hawaiian, to Andy. And big ups to you, Ka'eo. I'm sure Andy would appreciate that, as do all of the surfers. Some great messages, all kinds of support coming in for the surfers in this event and all the World Championship Tour events. It's great to see, and it's great to be able to bring you a live broadcast as the rain has subsided. and the skies are cleared. Geez,
So
I wonder why.
we asked Huey, just give us another hour, mate. One more hour. The world wants to see this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. It was pouring buckets down just 5 minutes ago, and we were just ducking for cover, trying to keep all the wires and cables dry. Now, the rain has subsided so far in this in the early stages of this final, and it is a rematch from Jeffreys Bay, the last event held on the World Championship Tour over there in South Africa. Kelly Slater in the last 40 seconds got Andy, and I tell you what,
a 9.5 or something required by Kelly Slater in the dying seconds of that heat. And Kelly Slater pulling it out and winning that heat to the shock of all the Billabong crew standing on the point there at Jeffreys Bay. And well, Kelly and Andy, great rivals. Lindy's online watching her man go. You can do it, Andy. And as we see, waves coming through out the back, up and riding. Wave number 1 of the final. Kelly Slater draws first blood, and as I knew, these guys are going to come out all guns blazing.
They're cutting loose. They got to let it all hang out. They cannot hold anything back, these two. They know they're going to go at it as if it was a world title fight or a boxing match. Kelly Slater's got his gloves on. Andy's got his gloves on. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere. Do not touch that dial. And I tell you what, Jesse Ballauer, a good friend of Kelly's and Andy's, online and saying good luck to both the boys. Good on you, Jesse. We'll see you at Trestles in about a week's time.
We got Philippe from Portugal says, are Andy and Kelly friends? Well, yes, they are. They respect each other absolutely. But at the end of the day, I think they want to kick each other's ass as hard as possible.
And Ryan says, come on, Kelly, I've been here for 5 hours watching the live broadcast. It's 2 a.m. where he is. So good on you, Ryan. Thanks for sticking around. Don't want to miss this final rematch. Here we go. Andy on it, up and riding. Beautiful looking wave here at Malibu. Bang! Oh. Huge tail slide snap, fading off the bottom, straight into a nice carving turn for the world champion, setting up for something big. A huge floater. Ooh. And comes undone.
Now, is fatigue gonna affect Andy Irons throughout the final? He only had a very short break, roughly 10 minutes. He said to Rod Brooks, "I want to be back out there as soon as possible." So we gave him a 10-minute turnaround, and they're back out there in the finals now. Is fatigue gonna creep into these two guys' repertoire?
I think it's gonna creep into both of their physical beings out there in the water. We saw normally, in the heats previous, Andy, with a big floater like that, doing them no problem. They're tired. They've exuded a lot of energy, and Andy wanted to go out, as you can see on replay. Look at this first turn. Look at the tail slide. Look at the control in that maneuver from Andy Irons. He fades, little check fade up into this section. God, this guy's surfing unbelievably well. So much body torque in his turns. Okay, now he comes for the floater. Normally, no problem. But just a little bit of a mistake there, and he goes down. So fatigue definitely a factor.
Absolutely. I think Andy just taking a little bit of pressure off his back foot there, and the wave kicking the nose up, and unfortunately catching the front left-hand rail and going down. 2 short rides. Andy Irons at 5.67, and Kelly Slater just a quick one at 1.00. I'm sure these guys will be looking to improve on both their rides.
Yeah, we'll try and get you a current points breakdown depending on the positions, the outcomes of this final. That's a good question, Chris. We'll try and get that to you.
And we got Jimmy Slade. What is it? A croc on there says AI versus Jimmy Slade. It doesn't get any better than this. Well, mate, we agree with you wholeheartedly. We see a few sets coming through out on the back bommy there, Shmoo. It has quieted down a bit. The typhoon is approaching land, which automatically means that the swell is going to start dropping very fast. And we have actually picked the best day to run this event.
Can you believe it? Half our luck. And Julio Grundling from he's at our Manly Board Riders Club in Sydney, Australia. I want to say a big g'day to everyone at the Board Riders Club in Manly on the Corso there. You are watching the live broadcast being beamed from Japan. This is the final. If you're standing in the shop watching and listening, don't go anywhere. Don't even look at the racks. Just check out.
Tell your customers to hang on a second. There's some serious business going on at the moment.
That's right.
Yes, it is serious. These two guys battling it out for the world title, Shmoo. This is what it's going to come down to. These guys are going to go hammer and tong for the rest of the year, as we see both surfers having a look at this little wave. Kelly Slater saying, you know what, mate, I'm going to go this one. Kelly Slater up and riding, racing down the line, flies over that section, comes around the section. What's he going to do? Whacks it, throws the tail out there, Kelly Slater, and finishes off with a vertical maneuver and comes unstuck. And I think, well, these two guys, not only are they going to be trying really hard, but also, at the end of the day, a lot of competition under their belt, thousands of waves caught, a lot of